Hi there. Today I'm going to share about why you should love refactoring code. Now, this is a contentious issue. Some of the developers might say that they do not need to refactor, but more experienced and senior developers would always argue that refactoring code is a good practice. It would reduce tech debt and also improve the quality of the code. So let's dive in. The first thing is refactoring code takes your code understanding to the next level. A lot of the times you might work in big organizations with a lot of lines of code, and refactoring a piece of code would kind of gets you understand the code deeper, and that would help you make better choices. Now, the reason is this: when you are refactoring the code, you need to ensure that the code does not break any of the existing test cases. If there are no test cases, what you would do is you would actually write new test cases. And when you write new test cases, it will lead to a better understanding of the code. And once the test cases are written and when you refactor it, you know your job has been done and you've done it well. So next thing that it would do is to appreciate the beauty of the existing code. Now, when you're looking at it, the first thing that when you look at a code, you might feel that it is messy. But when you try to refactor it, you kind of understand the complexity that the developer would have handled before. And that's why there's a beauty in that particular messy code. Obviously, there are some areas that need improvement, which you can help with that. But still, the other developer has put in the thought to make the code as clean as possible. And next step is that you learn new patterns. Now, obviously, when there are nested loops or if conditions or general nested conditions, you would want to refactor the code. And when you try to do that, the approach would be to use some of the existing patterns or that would help the code. So yeah, and when you do use those patterns and implement the changes, what that does is it improves your understanding of the pattern and it makes you learn new better things. And what eventually that implementing this pattern would do is it would reduce the code complexity. And if the code complexity reduces, it would lead to the code being easier to understand. There are test cases, it's simple to read, and it would help any future enhancement on the code. So that's a very good win for the organization as well as for yourself. And last but not the least, you become better at your craft. So you become a better developer doing this whole exercise. So yeah, go ahead and refactor your code. Bye.